So alright y'all, welcome to Chris. Today we're going to be discussing Jeffrey Epstein's suicide. We're going to be discussing the YouTuber Brooke abusing her dog. And lastly, we're going to be discussing this up-and-coming rapper getting "Suck My Dick" tattooed on her face. So the biggest news over the weekend was Jeffrey Epstein, and he committed suicide. If you don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is off the top of your head, he was arrested for child sex trafficking last month. Normally, just someone arrested for sex trafficking isn't the biggest news in the world, but who he was linked to and who he was tied to made this more important. He's had a history in the past with Donald Trump, and he has a history in the past with Bill Clinton. All these incidents occurred between 2002 and 2005. That's when Clinton and Trump really knew him, talked to him regularly. If Epstein was potentially going to go to court and testify, he could be getting a lot of people caught up. So that's why a lot of people feel like this is a setup. So I'm going to give you a timeline real quick of Jeffrey Epstein. So Epstein was on suicide watch in July, but after medical review, he was taken off of it July 29th. But he was still supposed to be under protocol and supervisions. These protocols and supervisions were: 1, he's supposed to have a cellmate, and 2, the guards are supposed to check on him within at least every 30 minutes, so he's never officially alone. Turns out on the day that he died, he didn't have a cellmate because the person was transferred. The guards didn't do their due diligence and checked every 30 minutes. And the cameras happened to stop working and malfunction that day. You're telling me all of that is just a coincidence? Also, these guards, they were working overtime for the 5th day. So they were overworked, they were exhausted. When you overwork, do you give it 110%? Or are you gonna cut corners if you can? Whoever knows, but this just seems like all too much of likely things to happen for this to be a suicide. To me, this is a setup. They didn't want all this bad information to get out. It was also potentially linked to Naomi Campbell. Like, all these people could be getting convicted. Somebody didn't want this shit to get out at the end of the day. So yeah, please let me know in the comment section. Do you believe Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, or do you believe this was a setup to cover Trump and Clinton? Because me personally, too many weird things happened. 1, he's supposed to have a cellmate. It didn't happen. The camera malfunctioning to me is the biggest red flag. And then the guards not doing their due diligence and checking every 30 minutes. So yeah, please let me know in the comments section. So this YouTuber Brooke, she got this Doberman Sphinx November of last year. And she's been making YouTube videos ever since with the dog, their relationship and everything ongoing. So everything's normal, but last week she happened to upload an unedited version. And in this unedited version, she displayed some really bad animal abuse. Let me show you the clip real quick.
It doesn't faze you? Well, as you can tell... Stop!
It's one thing to discipline your dog. Openly spit on your dog, that's the biggest form of disrespect. Like, you spit on someone, you don't respect them, you don't love them, like, you just think the lowest of them. So to do that to your dog, person that can't even talk, that just wants to give you love and all this, you gotta be a real piece of shit. And the worst part about it, when you uncover some of her tweets and all these other things, you gotta wonder how many times did she really abuse this dog or spit on him or hit him too hard or do whatever. The way she did it, it just seemed so normal, like it's just what she normally does. So you know that dog's going through it. Unfortunately, LAPD is doing their investigation. They're allowing her to keep it. But either way, I doubt anyone's gonna be watching her YouTube videos with her dog. We know it's a fake relationship. We know she's not genuine. She's a terrible person. I'm the type of person, I usually like giving second chances to people. But when you're out here spitting on dogs, and that was the whole purpose of your channel, was to take care of your dog and do all of that, do you really deserve a second chance? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think she deserves a second chance, or does she need to just be canceled for good for being a piece of shit? Alright, so for this last one, this isn't the biggest headline, but it was too ridiculous for me not to comment on. So if you're on Instagram, potentially, and maybe on Twitter, you might have saw over the weekend, this person got a tattoo on their face. And I'm not talking about any tattoo. It was a female, and she got "Suck My Dick" tattooed on right next to her eyebrow. So it turns out She's a female rapper from New York called Telizeli. And to me, this is the most I'm doing this for clout to blow up as you can get. When people say they hate the new generation, this is the perfect example I can think of, because what even possesses you to think this is even cool or funny or whatever? I don't even know. Even if she makes it as an artist, me personally, I can't take anyone serious that has "suck my dick" tatted on their face. You gonna be meeting with executives or producers, all this, and you're gonna have that on your face. I also heard a little bit of her song. I'm not gonna play it for copyright reasons, but let's just say she's not the most talented rapper. Yeah, she can appeal to the new generation, but it's not like she's some crazy talented artist. As of right now, she's the odds-on favorite for Head Ass of the Year. I don't know how someone in her circle didn't convince her, don't do this. Or maybe I'm just a hater and out of touch and this is actually cool, but I don't know, man. This shit just looks real trashy to me, if we're being real. So once again, let me know in the comment section, do you think Jeffrey Epstein actually committed suicide, or was it a setup? As far as a YouTuber, would you give her a second chance, or does she just need to be gone? And lastly, is getting "suck my dick" tattooed on your head cool, or is it just very trashy? Don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications, share the video with your friends if you enjoyed it. This Chris, I'm out this motherfucker.